just guitars with broken strings. Sing a song about something. Find the noise that moves someone. The record plays and the damage is done.
I guess. Let's douche this.
I'm reaching, holding out for something, holding out. How many walls can hold your unusual appetite if you could list them?
Welcome to this douche-isode. This is going to be an especially douchey douche-isode, and fairly casual. I kind of done more or less a version of what this video is going to be I had done a few weeks ago. So now all that is in kind of further in the distance, so I'm going to probably have a hard time remembering what I'm talking about. But, you know, I don't really have a whole lot of interesting things to say, even on the best of days. So, yeah, it's mostly indie pop, mostly from Europe. Although there is a couple other different things in the mix. Drinking it's getting to be hot. What is it? You know, it's like 90 degrees. This is, I think I've had this and shown it before. I've definitely had it before, but I think I've had it and shown it. It's a slightly sour ale called Wild Little Thing. Pretty common, like you can get this anywhere. It's barely beer. Like it's hard to really, technically it's beer. It's a sour ale beer, but it's it's kind of like just a fruity ale. It says guava, hibiscus, and strawberry. Not really sour like if you've had sour beer. This is fairly non-offensive, I would say, in the range of, you know, that stuff. So you're welcome to have at it. Got some wine, some white wine chilling, if you'd like some of that as well, if you're not into beer. Yeah, whatever. So we're gonna just, you know how this is. I show some douchey records and say some douchey things, and then it's over. Yeah, so I'm gonna start. This one is yet another, like I think they're from Leeds, post-punk, UK post-punk type thing. All of these came out within the last couple of months, but most of them, you know, a couple months ago, I think, kind of around the same time. So this is a second album, again, band out of Leeds called Mush. The album is called Lines Redacted. It's on Memphis Industries. Again, this is post-punk, really, you know, angular guitar sound. The vocals, I would call the vocals Devo-ish. So Devo-ish vocals with, you know, sharp, angular guitars. So yeah, this I think I got this probably 2 months ago or something, whenever it came out. And I listened to it a couple times when I got it. Then I listened to it more recently. The first time that I did this, I was a little bit like, I need to listen to it some more, and now I have listened to it some more. I like it more as time has gone on. It didn't really initially grab me. I find some of it better than other parts of it. One thing is, I don't think I realized until this afternoon when I was listening to it, was the song Drink the Bleach, I think is an ode to the previous president of the United States, who's one of the first people to connect the dots that if you can kill like germs on on the table by spraying it with disinfectant, that maybe if you drink the disinfectant, that would, you know, kill the germs inside of you. I think that's what that song is about. I'm not 100% sure, but it's possible. Yeah, so I'll put, again, like I'm gonna try and put clips for all this stuff, but Mush, lines redacted. Their guitar player, Steven Tyson, I think that he passed away in between the time the album was recorded or finished and then the time it came out. So I think it's unclear if this will just be their last album, because I think he was an integral part of the sound of this band. There's the inner sleeve. It has words on it. I think that if you can read, those are the words that are like in the songs. And it's on like vinyl that's absent any color. You can kind of see through it. Like you can see my head there.
Hey, the West my cat, and it's a dead below. That is a bad joke. That's an alternative fact. Start the attack. Situation. I got your back. Give what you can give me. Bloody shimmer. Bloody shimmer. Bloody shimmer. Bloody shimmer. That's if my fingers for shaking.
If you've got like a jar of like jalapenos and you're like you're making a sandwich, so you're getting some like pickled sliced jalapenos onto something, do you just go in like with your fingers, or you go grab like a fork? Because I was like earlier today, I was like wrist deep into a jar of pickled jalapenos. I was making a sandwich, and like I kind of paused, and I'm like, this is kind of a disgusting thing to be doing. You know, so I guess I'm just curious, like, would you go just, you know, right in? I don't know. I bet a lot of people would. This is kind of a dream pop, kind of a dark dream pop thing. This is I was gonna do a video like bad band names, not like the band name is necessarily bad, but that, you know, records from bands where like, how do you even find this in a Google scenario? Like, it's one thing if you go to the record store, but, you know what I'm saying? You know, like a band like Musique, or else a band that's just the name is just a very straightforward word, like we, like W-E. Good luck finding that. So this is, I don't even know how to say this. It's like that. I think it's MØAA. And the album is Euphoric Recall. I guess you could say MØAA. I guess they're named after the MAOA gene. This is the debut LP. It's a duo. I think that Jancy Ray and Andrea Volpato. I think that Andrea, is from Italy. I could be, this is all speculation. And that she is from like the Northwest of the United States, but then she moved to Venice, where this was, I don't know if they joined forces in Venice, or I suspect they knew each other before that. Anyway, this is We Were Never Being Boring. It's like dark subject matter, kind of dark, moody dream pop. They both sing, so you get some male, some female vocals going on. Yeah, some of this I like a lot. MØAA, Euphoric Recall. Here's the printed inner sleeve. Got some bad light. This is like amateur hour, as usual. And this is on, it's on white. You know, white vinyl. This is a fourth LP from a, I guess you call it like an art pop group out of Manchester. It's on Fire Records. This is called, the artist is Virginia Wing. And the album is called Private Life. So this is, I mean, this is fairly produced, like modern pop, like, you know, drum machines, synths, other electronics, but it does have like an eclectic mix of other instrumentation, like embellishing it. So there's like a lot of saxophone and jazz instruments, other kind of world music influences, female vocals. This is something that, like, I feel like I never see people show like this kind of music. This is very, I don't know, it's very pop. Sometimes there's a little bit of like, something like MØAA or something. What else would be, you know, like that dry cleaning album that people like that came out recently. Like, it's not too far away from that, I guess, more pop, I guess. You know, it's on Fire, so it comes with like this postcard. I'm not gonna have to do this over again because the light sucks so bad in here. If you wanted to download it, you potentially could. The hype sticker says, one of the year's most daring and true pop records. Private Life knocks hard. Revelatory. Innovative. This comes on this really cool vinyl. So, man, I don't know if you've ever seen anything quite as lovely as this. It's just beautiful, like, you know, delicious even, black vinyl. It's like, you know, it's cool when you get like a special color vinyl like this.
There's a visitor outside your door. There's a letter, there's a master, there's a day. You can only contemplate the more. Never closer, only nearer than the month before. Do you think about your options? Are you waiting for a time to? Is there an anagram of everyone who's entered your thoughts? Can you tell me if your fantasy is missing the point?
All right, this is the third LP from a group. Well, it's not a group. It's really just one guy, I think, at this point, called the Reds, Pinks, and Purples. The album is called Uncommon Weather. This is on Slumberland Records. So, like I say, basically, it's basically just a one-man DIY indie pop. Like, it sounds like it was recorded, you know, in his house. And I think most of it is just him. Like, almost all the instrumentation is just him. So I think Glenn Donaldson is his name, from San Francisco in the United States. It's got a, you know, lo-fi pop sound. That, if you listen to the album like front to back, there are like multiple points where it really has like a guided by voices sound. Like the vocal really makes some of the songs sound like guided by voices, I think is the way I would put it. It doesn't really sound like a guided by voices record, but there's points where I think that it has a guided by voices feel. The first time I listened to this, I felt like it was way too samey. Like everything was very similar sounding. Over time, repeated listenings, I think that, I don't think it was necessarily a problem, but I think that it struck me as being very samey. It's not too long of a record. I feel like if it was a really long record, it might become a problem, but really good songs. I like I think that they're well done. It is lo-fi, like if you can't handle like lo-fi production, this is probably a non-starter for you, but anyway. The Reds, Pinks, and Purples, Uncommon Weather on Slumberland Records. Here's the inserts that came with it. Wow, the light in here sucks. And this one is, I think, I didn't get the, like, there was a early run of this, but this is still on like some sort of bluish.
Don't ever pray in the church on my street. The rumors I heard that were true, I could not repeat. The factory fell for less. The bricks coming down all around, all our happiness. They were falling down on happiness. They were falling down on happiness.
Alright, next, more like, I would call kind of jangly indie pop. This is the 4th LP from a group called Model Village. The album is World of Carp. This is on Kingfisher Blues Records. I don't know if this actually came out earlier than when, like, I don't know if the album came out in some form in 2020 and then just came out in 2021 on vinyl. But the vinyl definitely didn't come out until very recently. So, like I say, I think this is, so I think it's a 5-piece that I think are out of the UK, out of London. I think. That's kind of a guess. But female, like the lead vocal is female, the male backing vocals somewhat, a little bit twee, smart, indie pop. That's really what you're getting here. Pretty good record. This is on, I don't know, Coke bottle.
It only works in reverse. Now it's time to follow you. Too old for daydreams, too young to lose. Now it's time to follow you. What can we do? Singing out of key to Kanye on the night bus, drinking wine from a bag.
Have we talked about like good ways to smuggle drugs into concerts? I think maybe next time I'll share some tips and tricks on how to smuggle illegal drugs into like rock concerts. This is a really douchey doucheisode. This is a band out of Normandy, France, called Beach Youth. The album is Postcard. So as you can tell by the by the artwork of the album cover and the name of the band, this is like really aggressive death metal from France, from Normandy, like deep growling vocals, a lot of satanic overtones, and like talking about, you know, sacrificing lamb. Okay, this is a debut LP from, I would call this another like jangly indie pop, maybe a little bit dreamy indie pop, maybe. They're from France, but the vocals are all in English. I think that you get a little bit of the Fae, because of that, like maybe something. The vocal style is maybe like something on Sarah, you know, records. There's a little bit of 80s thing going on, a little twee. Yeah. There's the inserts, or the inner sleeve. Printed inner sleeve with words. If you string the words together, they line up with the words that are featured in the songs that are on the record. Man, I really hit the jackpot because this one's also on this like incredibly like vivid, deep, like black vinyl. It's just mind-blowingly black.
Feel far away from you. What have I done? I still believe that you're the one. Distance is growing, so are my doubts. Tell me how you feel. It still counts. It still counts. I'd be a gentleman if you can, if you try to see things my way. I'm not sure that the things we shared can see lost. Tell me, what do you say?
All right, so there's like landscaping going on, and we're almost done anyway. I apologize though. I apologize profusely for the landscaping, because you can probably hear it. So this is a band called The Lodger, and the album is called Cul-de-sac of Love. This is their fourth LP. It's their first album since 2010's Flashbacks, I think. Yeah, so this is yet another band out of Leeds. We started with the band out of Leeds. We're finishing with the band out of Leeds. Catchy, somewhat jangly, like sophisticated pop. Not far off from some of the things that a band like Field Music would do, or the House Martins. But it's also like sugary, like something like Lightning Seeds. There's a lot of 80s kind of influences. Yeah. Here's the printed insert with a photo. Now on the back, there is like a lot of words. Like, if you learn how to read, this would be like a lot of fun for you. And yet again, it's like getting struck by lightning 3 times in one video. It's like orgasmically black vinyl.
There is something to be done. There's a job for everyone. Gonna need to face the world again. What a sentimental song. Who's about to go
so that's really it. I did. I used to show all the time all these, all my when I was buying all these tome poets, but I did get the most recent ones that came out. This is Andrew Hill's Passing Ships. I listened to this last night, which is the first time I ever listened to it. It's like a large horn ensemble. It's a large horn ensemble. It's not really what I don't know if I knew what I was expecting. This was one of those that wasn't released until 2003, but it's like a 1969 session. Anyway, I did used to show these, and I have almost all of them, aside from a few, but I don't really have anything to say. I find that there's a ton of other people saying a lot of stuff, and most of them have much better things to say, or much more interesting things to say than I do. That being said, however, my next video is going to be the top 40 tone poet releases you need to buy first, in no particular order. That's going to be that video. And then after that, I'm doing the top 8 Led Zeppelin studio albums, also in no particular order. I feel like those are going to be very valuable resources for the broader, the world at large, really. I mean, if we're being honest. And then I also have another video about the top 10 uses for coconut oil, from lube to skin moisturizer, again in no particular order. Anyway, appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to grab another beer. I have one when the landscapers were rolling by. I had to, I didn't want to run out of beer. That was for sure. Yeah. Take care. We'll see you next time. So this meat stick is made with grass-fed beef. So, I mean, it's also gluten-free. I don't know if the fact that the meat stick is grass-fed, if that is going to change like the mouthfeel when it explodes in your mouth. When the meat stick explodes in your mouth, if it's grass-fed meat, is that going to be different than your corn-fed beef? I suspect it might.